Welcome to the Capoeira Experience podcast, where you are going to learn how capoeiristas got where they are, how they keep the motivation, why they do what they do, and even how they do business through capoeira. I hope you enjoy it and learn something from their experience. What up, everyone? I'm your host, Instructor Kashishi from Capoeira Brazil, and I have been doing capoeira for about 17 years, and I have some experience in this beautiful art. As myself, out there are many capoeiristas that have a lot of experience, and hopefully they can share some of that experience with the world so we can also learn from them. And even if there are students, instructors, professors, or masters, I strongly believe that capoeira was created to bring all of us together, and I always dreamed of capoeira from everywhere, from all sort of groups, different cultures and countries came together to share this experience and have a good time doing or talking about what we all like, capoeira. Join our community and let's have fun together. What's up, everyone, capoeiristas? Today we're gonna interview Professor Congo from Curacao. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Having some nice weather here, like always. How are
Oh
you?
man, oh good. Cold. There is like what is a and Curacao is a Celsius or Fahrenheit?
We do Celsius.
I think it's like double on Fahrenheit. Here we're like 25 Fahrenheit. Super cold.
If we go to Fahrenheit, I think we're like 80, 60, 70, 80 in that area.
Yeah. Oh man, that's nice. I wish I can have the weather here right now. All right, so let's start from the beginning. Just tell us a little bit of your capoeira story from the beginning, however you want to start.
Okay. It starts cheesy, like everyone of my generation that's not Brazilian. The movie called Only the Strong.
Yeah.
Then I used to do karate, taekwondo, and used to be a break dancer. And
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is like fighting and dancing at the same time. And back then there was no Google, no
Yeah. No
Yahoo,
YouTube.
no YouTube. So you were looking, internet just came to Curacao back then. I was
Okay.
15. We were talking about 22 years ago.
Okay.
And there was this program called ICQ.
Okay.
It was this chat program before there was WhatsApp. You can say it's the grandfather of WhatsApp. And yeah, man. So I started to look for people online that know about capoeira. And yeah, I got in contact with some Brazilian guys. I lost contact with them through the years, but they were from Muzenza. And they
Okay.
sent these first training videos they made in their academy. It was the time with their VHS cassettes.
Okay. Oh man.
And I started training. When I
Yeah.
became 18, I told my mom, I'm going on my first trip alone. She's like, yeah, okay, you can go. I'm like, I'm going to Brazil. She's like, you're crazy
How old
because
were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
But being from an island, 18, going on your own is very different from being from the country and then, yeah, go on vacation because it's very much different. I was naive to say, yeah, everybody speaks English. And she like, no. And her, my father were like, okay, you want to go somewhere for capoeira? Get somebody that does capoeira is not from Brazil.
Okay.
So I was looking around and I met some people from Holland, and knowing that I have family in Holland, it's easier to go there.
Oh,
I
cool.
got on the plane on the 9th of December 2000,
Okay.
landed the 10th of December, and went to my first capoeira class on the 11th of December of 2000.
Oh, cool. Do you go to Brazil, then you came back to the island, or just you just went to Holland
So
straight
I
from
went
the?
straight south to Holland.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't allowed to go to Brazil, and I'm happy I wasn't because I was naive. I couldn't speak no Portuguese,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
someone was smarter than I was. And there they are. Yeah, so I went to Holland. I did my first training, and I trained every day for a month. Came
Nice.
back here, so then I searched for people that wanted to train because there was no teacher here. I
Okay.
found three friends they wanted to train with me. I trained for about 2 years with them, and then I moved in 2002 back to Holland. I arrived in Holland on the 1st of April 2002 and went to my first class after my first continuous class on the 2nd of April 2002 and never stopped.
That's so cool, man. Now, which group was there in Holland?
Okay, when I got there, my first teacher was Messer Vladimir from Batuque Capoeira Holanda.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I trained with him for 6 years.
Okay.
From 2000, he was the first teacher I got. So for me, he was my teacher since 2000 till 2006. Then, yeah, we had some differences. I actually was going to quit capoeira
Okay.
because I was just, yeah, I was so, for me, my capoeira group is my capoeira family. It's not just, okay,
Yeah,
I
of
train, I
course.
go home. But I thought, okay, I'm going to look around for a while. And a lot of teachers like, oh, no, come train with me. This group, no, come train with me. That group, no, come train with me. And back then, I met three teachers of Capoeira Brazil.
Okay.
That back then was Instructor Moral, Professor Tyson, and Mestre Paulão. Now
Okay.
they're three higher, but back then that was the rank. And they all three told me, no, look around for a group that I feel at home and go to that group.
Yeah, yeah.
That moment made me decide to be Capoeira Brazil because they didn't tell me to come train with them. They just told me to follow my passion.
Yeah.
And that's they got into Capoeira Brazil.
You were like, this sounds interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it wasn't telling me, no, Congo, come train with me, then you can do this, do this, do that, do this, do this. It was like, Congo, I see you love capoeira. I see you actually don't want to stop.
yeah,
Look around Holland and find a teacher that will guide you.
yeah, yeah. Someone that you feel comfortable with.
Yes. And it
Yeah,
wasn't,
yeah.
no, come train with me, because that was the thing. I didn't want somebody to force me to train with them. I wanted to choose who to train with.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's awesome, man. You were 18 when you started, or you were 17?
Well, I was 19.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's
Because this year I'll be 18 years doing capoeira. And if you can do the math, you know how old I am.
yeah. I don't want to say my age. So, how long did you stay in Holland when you started with Capoeira Brazil, or
2006
or at least in Europe?
in Europe. Okay, 2002 till 2014.
Okay. Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
if I have to count the travels between, it will be then from 2000. This was 2000, 2014. That's a trajectory of 14 years.
Oh, cool. Okay. And then when you came back to the island, like you, like for sure, you stay in the island. That was like around
Okay.
2000. I think we started talking by then, right?
Yeah, I came back in 2014. I landed on the island on the 19th of April 2014, and I started teaching here on the 2nd of June 2014.
Oh, cool. Okay. And never stopped since then.
No,
No,
never stopped.
yeah, that's really cool. And how do you get the Congo nickname?
Well, funny fact,
Yeah.
I started capoeira. I don't know how much is it in pounds, but it was 130 kilos.
Oh,
I think it's
cool.
about 300 plus pounds.
Okay.
And at the first batizado, I was going to play for my corps. And back then, it was with Instructora Sapeca, now Mestra Sapeca. And she
Okay.
did like the sign, like, okay, she looked at me and she was like, okay, can you do an ahu? And I got pissed and I entered the water doing an ausimao.
Who
And
did?
then Master Sapega did like, the sign when you're teaching a kid you want to do an ahu, you go with
Yeah.
your hands like this.
Yeah.
She did that. And I got angry because I'm like, I know I'm fat, but you don't have to do that.
Okay.
So I did Ausemao entering the Horda and played very fast with, even though I know she could kill me, but I didn't like people like looking at my weight
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
starting me. She
Oh,
didn't do it
okay.
on purpose because I know she's used to people that are my weight and they're beginners and they will be having trouble to do those movements.
Okay. And
And then
how?
after the game, I got my first score, and Professor Dengozo, now Meshi Dengozo, walked up to me and says, "Hey, Congo." And I'm like, why is this guy calling me a gorilla? That's an ugly mother. Beep,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then he looked for, I couldn't speak Portuguese back then. He looked for a translator and he took this guy, and the guy was like telling me, no, the silverback gorillas of Congo? I'm like, yeah, big animals. He's like, yeah, those animals are very big, very heavy,
Okay.
but they can be very light and very fast
Yeah. And strong.
and strong. And when they get angry, they will mash through anything they need to get to their target.
Yeah.
And that's why he's calling you Congo, because you were playing light and fast. And the more people were like cheering, the faster you got.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And since that day, I don't introduce myself as my real name ever at the Capoeira Festival. Ever, ever, ever.
Yeah.
Even
Same.
when my parents was calling me when I was in Brazil, they asked for Congo because they asked my real name, nobody knows.
That's pretty cool though. And which year was this when you got your nickname? Do you remember?
2002, October
2002.
2002.
Okay, I think I was about the same. I got my nickname on 2002 as well, but I think it was like June or something like that, or probably like a couple few months before. But it was the exact same year too.
Cool, man.
That's pretty cool. Now, so that's your perspective as a student, right? So, what was your perspective in Europe as a student? Like, how do you like the capoeira in Europe?
The thing I liked about in my time, it
Yeah.
was students actually what I how I was doing capoeira then. There are difference in the rules and regulations of groups,
Okay.
but I was able to go visit groups. I was accepted. I was welcomed. I trained like 4, 5, some 6 times a week. I could
Okay.
get into a car, go to an event in Holland itself, sometimes in Belgium on the side, France. We went with the cars all the way into Denmark. So it was easy access to different groups, different teachers, and different styles. So in Europe, it was the good thing when I was there, it was
Yeah.
a big harmony. So you can visit anyone, you can have fun,
And
and
everything's pretty
that.
close too, right? It's pretty easy to get to like different countries from there, right?
Yeah, because from Holland to Belgium, where I was living then, is about 2 hours with a car. And
Oh, cool. It's pretty close. It's
yes,
not that bad. And now when you came back to the island, what was that fire that you was like? I kind of want to teach this. Like we were like, I want to pass this to different generation. Well, what was that push?
actually, because I started already getting the push when I was in Europe,
Okay.
because I wasn't in the beginning. I didn't want to be a teacher. I'm not gonna lie. I did not.
Okay.
But when I got my red blue and I went to different events and when I was playing and students came up to me like, "Hey, you're heavy, but you can do all these things. Can you help me fix this? Can you
Okay.
help me fix that?" So I started to give tips about what I do with my body to be able
Okay.
to do kicks like kasha, even kashada. Like, okay, I used my upper body to twist to get more power through my leg. More and more I was helping, the more and more teachers starting to call me like, "Hey, can you come and to our events?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't got the money. I'm a poor student." Like, "No, don't worry. We just want you to be there because students are asking."
That's cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So my first event that I went to as an invited, not on the flyer because it was I was still red blue, was in
Yeah.
Budapest, Manda Pimenta.
Oh, cool.
And back then I already started and I got some people ask me, "Yeah, Congo, can you do this?" And from there I got the not the urge to start helping people, not to become a teacher, but helping people. And while doing this,
Yeah.
people start calling me graduado, graduai, estou. I'm like, "No, I'm still red blue."
Yeah.
That's how it
Okay.
started. In 2008, I went to Brazil on not vacation for my
Oh,
internship.
okay.
Even there, they like, "Yeah, we want you to teach our one class, then we can see what you guys do in Europe."
Oh,
And
cool.
I was so nervous.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do those basics. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want the graduados to train. I want only the beginners to train there."
Yeah, yeah.
But even the graduados, but this wasn't Capoeira Brazil. There was another group that asked me. Even the
That's
graduados
pretty cool.
were, "Yeah, okay, we like the way you teach. So I see you teach in Europe, right?" Like, "No, I don't."
Yeah, like no, dude, I'm not an instructor yet.
Yeah, so that's how I start getting the urge, and I start talking to my teacher. I was training directly under Morao then.
Okay.
Sorry, back then, Professor Morao. And I started, "Hey, when I come back, I want to start a kids class because it's fulfilling for me, but also it seems that I'm helping other people."
Okay. So you pretty much you wanted to help the people.
Yes, I did. I wanted
Yeah.
to help people. I didn't want to become a teacher
Yeah. Okay.
because
Okay.
I saw myself as a teacher, but
Okay.
as a helper. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. 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 Okay. And then you came back to the island after you got the blue cord, right?
After I got my green card.
Oh, the green. Oh, that's true. Yeah. 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 Because I remember back then I was here in the U.S. but we were talking, and I remember. I think you told me it was like I'm coming back to the island after I get my green card. I'm pretty sure that was. I remember.
Almost. It was like Master Palau announced my green card for the festival Energia Pura in 2014, but I got a job offer before that.
Okay.
So I said, "Yeah, I will get my green card when Master Palau comes to Curacao for the first event." So I thought, yeah, okay, 2015 when I get a small group.
Yeah.
But at my farewell event in March
Okay.
2014, I did a farewell event and invited Mr. Palau, and he surprised me with my green cord.
Cool. That's dope.
So I got my green cord just before getting on the plane.
Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that also that everyone in the group was like, "Dude, we're gonna miss you. Now you instructor now." Blah blah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so when I got here, that was also a urge to start teaching directly because I thought I was coming to the island and settle first,
yeah.
have some things, and yeah, I landed, settled for like a week, and then started looking for a place to teach.
You were like, "No, man, I just wanna teach."
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And so when was your first class again? That's 2014.
My first class that I followed or that I taught when I'm back on the island.
When you came back to the island, that was 2014, right?
Yes, it was 2nd of June 2014.
Huh. So like usually was the capoeira like pretty new around the island?
Well, there was some guys, they were doing something like capoeira. Yeah, they
Okay.
were doing capoeira, but there was nobody wanted to take the responsibility to become the teacher. Some people
Okay,
that
okay.
they used to live in Europe, they
Okay.
got to a level, and when they came back, they want to train, but nobody wanted to assume responsibility.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they lead the group and be responsible for, well, he's a lot of stuff that goes behind that role. Yeah.
Wanted to go and push and get pushed. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And when do you think, have you ever had that feeling of be like, man, or at least at the beginning, be like, man, I don't really know if I want to teach or not, or like I want to set my priorities besides capoeira. I want to put capoeira on the other side. Because at the beginning, when there's not a lot of capoeira around, you don't feel as much motivation. So you feel like, yeah, I want to teach, but man, I wish more. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, I sometimes get the feeling, yeah, I want to train. Yeah, I don't get it anymore, but let me put it this way. When my girls were born, I moved from Holland to Belgium.
Okay.
I just wanted passed over my class from in The Hague to some other teacher, and I moved to Antwerp. I was supposed to take a break for 6 months
Okay.
and maybe just go training. After 2 months, my wife came to me. Yes, dear, there's class of capoeira tonight in Utrecht in Holland, right? I'm like, yes. She gave me my pants and says, go train. You're making me crazy in this house.
You know what? That's awesome because I think when you get a support, especially when you're married, because that happened to me, you get that support of your spouse of pushing you, like, come on, man, go do what you really like to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
I think
think
she was
I think
getting
that's
crazy
really
because
nice.
yeah, she was going crazy because like I ginga in the living room. When I have to pick the kids up, I do cocorinha to pick them up.
That's
When they're on the floor, I do I walk over them, and she was
yeah.
like, yeah, go train, go train.
That's pretty cool though. That's pretty cool.
And when there was this teacher who was, I'm no mentioning names because I don't want to get the name out,
Yeah.
but this teacher was supposed to start teaching in a city close where I live. I was living on the border of Belgium and Holland,
Okay.
supposed to go be a student. And at the first class, when I got to the class, my phone starts ringing. The teacher says, yeah, I'm on my way to another country. So the class is yours.
And you're like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, so I like, okay, damn it, I want to train. But through the years, I found out while teaching, you can train at the same time because while teaching, when you are teaching a basic element, you feel like, okay, this doesn't feel comfortable, and you adjust your body, making yourself your basic better and
Yeah.
helping your student to grow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, especially what I found like pretty cool from teaching is that you have to understand what you are teaching in order to teach it. So,
Yes.
so you kind of like read more, you pay more attention to what you are doing, what you yourself are doing with your own body, your hands, your postures, everything, so you can correct other people to do it better.
Yes, that's why the urge of being like, yeah, I just want to switch my priority in capoeira. I don't get it anymore because when I'm teaching, I'm training.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this, for example, last drill training, and I trained the whole training with my students. Me and them were dead afterwards, but I'm looking what they're doing. I'm still training, and
Okay.
while showing what they have to do, I catch up or pass the training intensity that they're doing. I'm doing or the same level or higher because while I'm teaching them and when I'm showing what they have to do, they are resting and looking, and I'm still moving.
Okay.
And
Yeah, yeah, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, because that's why I don't get the urge to be like, yeah, I just want to train. That urge, I don't get it. Maybe one day it'll come, and then I will tell my higher students like, hey, today you'll teach, I'll just train. Then I'll train the next, then I'll teach the next class.
That's pretty cool because you get the you give them the chance to kind of like get that perspective from the teacher perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so that was from the beginning. And how or what was your motivation to keep pushing, even when you had how many students you do you have the first 6 months?
It started very big actually. I had 17 students the first 6 months,
Cool. Okay. And
and
then
most of it did not quit in the first 6 months.
yeah, yeah. And what about the first year? How long? So it's 14. You've been teaching for about 3, 5 years.
4 years. In
For,
Curacao, I've been teaching for 4 years already.
that's really cool. Are you planning on doing something like a specific like Hada or something?
Now I'm actually thinking how we gonna do the festival, because it's like the number five. It's something special. I'm
Yeah,
thinking about how we're gonna do this and who can I ask to come, because that's the difficult part of having a group on the island.
yeah.
Everything you do costs a lot of money,
Oh, I bet.
because every teacher you invite is a plane ticket. Some of them are very good friends that they pay their own plane ticket. That's why I'm very happy,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's,
It's a big
yeah,
help.
and it's a big help. Very,
Yeah.
very, very big help.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to the fifth one. And I wanted to do a roda for the fifth anniversary, but we'll see. Maybe we'll just do it for the batizado. It won't be something nice.
Oh, that's really cool. So then coming back to the question, how do you do to push that motivation of because for example, when I moved to the US to this state of Indiana, it's not a lot of capoeira around here. It's a couple few groups, but like 2 3 hours pretty far. And obviously with work life, you don't get to travel every single day to do capoeira. Sometimes you feel like man, like it's hard, you know what I mean? Like at the beginning, not right now, but when I moved 5 years ago, I had that feeling like, man, this is hard, man. Like the first 6 months is like, man, it's kind of hard to like push. So how do you find or how you found that balance of or that motivation? What was your motivation by that point, by that time?
Yeah, I had, you can call it a cheat move. My motivation wasn't actually motivating, but it was something to prove, because I
Okay,
just got my green card and I'm like, I cannot just get a card that's with this responsibility and fail.
that's true. That's a good point.
So I was like, okay, let's do this. And it was hard in the beginning, because having only beginners as to start a group is
Yeah,
hard.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then for my luck, some guys they were used to do capoeira in Europe, and they went come back to Curacao, but they didn't do no capoeira anymore. They came, they now they train with me, and they stayed. And having them in the group
Yeah,
helps me to teach easier. So when I was proving myself, that was the beginning. And then my motivation to continue is every time seeing a student do one step better
okay.
than the first time. Not being aggressively improvement, but even if the cachada is like more on balance, he didn't fall down,
Yeah,
or his Ginga is getting lower, or he did esquiva, even though it's the ugliest esquiva ever, but he did it the right side.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
motivated me. I look for small things to motivate me, because the danger thing is to want to see your student grow very fast.
That's true. Yeah,
Like when you have a baby, you have patience. A student's like a baby. You have to have patience. He will fall and fall and fall. The
yeah,
day he can just stand up, it will be like heaven just opened. But he falls down. But you're happy because he stood up.
yeah, yeah.
So the thing is, I didn't want my students to get up and start running. If one did it, I'll happy. But I was looking at the student that was taking small steps, and that motivated
And
me, because
learning from those small steps. Okay.
yes, and
Yeah.
that was and still is my motivation. Having students taking small steps and growing step by step by step by step.
That's really cool. That's also like so pretty much the motivation you're talking about is like the progress of a student is what motivates you.
Yes.
Yeah, even if it's small progress, but it's still progress.
Yeah, because I have I can say the luxury that I was a slow learner. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
understand that learn slowly. It took
Okay.
me I'm doing capoeira for almost 18 years, but I can still not do a beautiful macaco. I'm still trying.
Okay.
So I take out of every small step the joy of growth,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you look at the elite guys in Europe. If I have to compare myself in their talent, how fast they grew, I would have quit.
Yeah,
And
of course.
that's why I look now that I'm teaching as well. I have a student for, I would say, by coincidence, he's my nephew. He grows fast, but I have
Okay.
other students that grow slowly. I don't compare them. I just get the joy out of everyone's growth. And that will push me to train myself more. It will push me to be happy,
Yeah.
to get up and go teach the class. Even sometimes I'm very, very tired from work.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no, these people depend on me. Let's go. When I get in class, that tiresome goes away.
Yeah, the time goes super fast when you like really enjoying the class.
Yes.
Yeah, and you see the time and you, oh man, it's already the time for hot. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so you just say a really good thing about like, so you see some students that they grow pretty fast, but some students that they don't grow as fast. But while you wait for the slow student grow, or at least pretty close to the other student that is growing fast, how do you keep that motivation of that fast learner, I guess, student? Because is
I
another
was having,
point you
yeah,
said?
I understand your point. I have like two students that at the first batizado got faster, they grew faster.
Yeah, yeah.
The way I motivate them is to I tell them, okay, you're fast. Now try to lower yourself at the level of the ones that's not your level. Not that they'll play bad, but try to motivate them to play better.
Okay.
And I see them struggling. I'm like, yes, look, that is the comfort zone you're not having. You being good doesn't
Oh,
mean you can play with somebody that is not a level, not level low, but a bit not your way of playing. So I
yeah.
put to not only be better in their technique, but to be better helping the other ones grow too.
Okay, okay. Oh, that's pretty good idea actually. So you pretty much take them out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
That's pretty good. That's a smart idea.
Like now, last year I told my students I'm talking about the ones that are now getting the urge to go further.
Yeah,
After Batizado, they came up to me and it's like, okay, now I understand why you ask us to play with people that are not the same level, but not the people that are better, because playing it's safer. But
yeah,
playing with people that are lower, you have to still try to maintain your posture,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Plus
still open the
the mind.
situations
Yeah,
one playing with you to also play and not just Jenga and
yeah,
not
yeah.
just only what's gonna happen.
Yeah, because once you play with someone like pretty close to the same level that you are, you kind of like can read the body expression. You can kind of know like, okay, this person might do like a queixada this way or like malo y compaso, blah blah. But with a beginner or like someone newer that they don't have the same control that you have. So it's more unpredictable. We can say probably that way. And
Unpredictable, yes.
you get your mind tricked and be like, this probably confusing because the person is learning too,
Yeah. Like
which
now,
is pretty good idea.
that's true. Like now, I do every year in January and February, I do an introduction course.
Okay.
Now, the higher students' task is this year to assist me in the beginners course.
Okay.
It's not that like it's beginner, they don't come to class. It's every Thursday. It's not like beginners, okay, I'm gonna wait till March and I come back to class in March. No, if you don't come, you have a problem. Why? It's a moment of learning, because I do this is the third year I'm doing the beginners course in January.
You
After
said
this
third time?
course, yes, the third time.
Okay.
Even though I have one graduado who he started training back when I came on the island, and I have one estagiario
Okay.
and two orange cords. They say after every introduction course I do, they themselves see stuff in their way of doing a skiva or doing some movement that they weren't doing okay, and they fix it up for themselves. But now they have to not only know how to do that, but also explain it to somebody.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
let's be
So
honest, one day I'll be old, and the generations have to know how to teach the techniques themselves.
yeah, yeah. So they get on the point that we were talking about earlier about like now you're understanding how stuff work because you gotta teach it, you gotta understand how that works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How often you said you do the introductory course?
The introduction course is actually once a week, but every Thursday. It's for January and February. So this is let me see. I did it this will be the fourth time. So I didn't do the first year, but I did the second year and the third year. and that was the fourth time.
Okay, okay. Do you do that this introduction course at your class or your school, or you do it like on different places?
No, because Curacao is small, that's
Yeah.
also a positive thing. I do it where I teach. And it's actually that I teach Mondays and Thursdays for adults and Saturdays for kids. Then I take every year the Thursday and I do the introduction course. It's for, you can say for the new people, it's introduction. For the older people, it's refresher course and perfection course.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And
Because they have to pay it as well.
yeah, what do you use to do this introduction course? You go to school and like start like giving flyers or do presentations, or how do you call people to do that? New people to the introduction course.
Okay, because I have a 9 to 5 job, it's very difficult to go fly around.
Yeah,
But also, I'm more on the green-minded side, so I don't like printing flyers because let's say of every 10 flyers you print, nine will just end up on the floor.
yeah.
So I'm actually using Facebook. I
Oh,
promote Facebook and via Instagram. So I do some campaigns, and this way I generate students. Some year I generate more than the other, but I this way I one use modern technology where people are hanging on it.
yeah.
Let's be
Which is smart. Is smart idea.
and I don't waste environmental stuff because very much time, like I said, 9 on the 10 flyers end up in the garbage or on the floor.
That's true. Yeah, that's completely true. I'm probably, I don't know, one of every 10 people that keep the flyer actually are gonna read it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. How do you plan your year for capoeira for your class? For example, like you just told me that you have the introduction course and you have the bachizado. So
Yes.
yeah, are you planning? Do you plan that like per year? You know what you know what I mean?
Yes. Actually, I started 2 years ago
Okay,
making my team months. So
okay,
I take a team. Let's say this month is combinations on the floor. I do the whole month combinations on the floor. Thursdays I do very much the technique, and on Mondays I do the same technique that on Thursday, but in 2 by 2 situations. So training, harder situations, and then harder. And the introduction course, I actually plan the whole introduction course, what I will do from the beginning till the end. So I have a basic structure
okay.
because it's something that a lot of us did not learn by training
Yeah.
capoeira. But I want to make it one structure for me to make it easy so I can do the course. But also for the people that are coming to learn, they have this structure to be able, when the introduction course is done, they have
Okay.
the base elements to be able to just fuse into the normal student body.
Okay, okay. So pretty much like you like breaking down, you break it down for people to take the steps first.
Yes,
Okay,
I
okay.
actually break down the first 2 months so people can take the baby steps. People can learn actually step by step how to do a Jenga, step by step how to do the basic esquivas, step
Okay.
by step do the kicks and some floreros so that they can have a basic game in the roda. Not that they come and they say, okay, and I'm like, yeah, I have to teach cachada today. You have to do this. Okay, I'm going to teach combinations, three kicks, martelos, and then they have to do it. No, that's why I do the introduction course every year. So people that have the fear to
Yeah.
just come in into a class and then they have to join, I put that they can come in at a low level and they grow together with other students as well.
Okay. And do you have how long is the introduction course? Is it like all day or like few hours?
No, it's actually only 1 hour.
Okay.
It's I work a 9 to 5 job,
Okay.
and I do capoeira because it's actually my lifesaver and
Yeah.
my town and my getaway and my passion, everything in
Yeah.
one. So the introduction course is 1 hour per week. I know a lot of people say yes, it's too little, but it's better that than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to bear my students that are already training for 4 years that I do the introduction course on 2 times a week because then they will get also introduction course every 2 times every class. So I
Yeah.
just take the Thursday class, do the course, and on the Monday class I keep pushing. But I do use stuff that I do in the introduction course in combinations on the Monday class. So
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
introduction, yeah, my introduction course is from say the 10th of January till the last week of February. So it's about 8 weeks, 8 classes. You get basics, and then the Thursday class is technique class. So
Oh,
a
okay.
beginner who keep on just coming the Thursday class, it will be on a higher pace, but they can just roll with it, or they can
Okay.
choose to come twice a week. Then they just roll on Thursday, and and they have to give gas on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
And so you mentioned a point that capoeira is your lifesaver, right? So for example,
yeah,
for me, from my perspective or my experience, I used to be a very extremely introvert kid. Like I never made eye contact with people. I never say hi to people. After I started capoeira, like the craziness start coming out of me. So
yeah.
I transform completely who I am. And how capoeira on this from day one until today, how capoeira give you that benefit, or where capoeira have transformed you?
Okay. This is something I used to be ashamed to telling people. Now this is the first time I do it on a interview. Let me put it that
Okay,
way.
okay,
Because you're my friend, I'm
of course,
gonna tell you.
of course.
I used to be suicidal.
Say it again.
I used to be suicidal.
Okay,
Killed myself when I was 15
okay,
because I used to be very fat.
okay.
And when people tell me you can't do something, I just believe them because yeah, stuff that happened in my past when in my youth, I
Yeah.
used to do it
Okay.
a lot, and I could hit very hard since young, but that was not the way to solve problems.
Yeah.
And on my first capoeira class in Holland, like I said, it was 130 kilos.
Okay.
My first capoeira class, I was playing, and I did an armada ausemão. And
Okay.
after
Okay.
that, four guys came up to me, how can you do that? I'm like, I mean, yeah, you're fat. And I'm like, okay, here they come again. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, I don't do it the bad way. It's like you don't let nothing stop you. You just want to learn, you go for it. And that day I start thinking, okay, I can do some things that are positive.
Yeah.
And then I kept on going, kept on going. I'm still heavy.
Okay.
I have pounds to prove it.
Yeah.
But I used to be, I think, worse than you. I didn't dare to talk to people. People
Okay.
tell me something, I believe it. If something was negative, if it was positive, it was hard for me to believe it.
Okay.
Now, if a dog comes, I'll talk to the dog.
Okay. Okay. You talk to everything right now.
I think
Same.
if I didn't have capoeira, I would have committed suicide.
Okay. So capoeira made a really huge change on you, like a really positive change in your entire life.
Yes, and I even when I see people struggling, I take the time to talk to them because I know how it is.
Yeah.
It's not that I know their problem, but I know how it is to have a problem, and even having a problem, afraid to tell people that you have that problem
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're afraid to be judged.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and that's why capoeira changed my life too. Because same, I used to be scared to be judged. Sometimes me, I used to go to school, they come back home, and that was my only routine. I was like from home, from noon all the way to 9 p.m. all day home after school. So I never had like a social life. I never had a like interactive interaction with other people until my mom put me on swimming classes. Then I didn't like swimming classes. I started doing all other stuff. Like I was sneaking to like other parks with my friend and one of my friends in school. Then I made capoeira. Man, since that day I never quit capoeira. I don't know, it's because I think the interaction with other people like helps you, and the hoda and the jinga, the performance that you have to do inside the hoda to don't be shy to be in front of other people.
Yes, I think that's the magic of capoeira. It's the only social martial arts that I like I say
Yeah,
because I did taekwondo. I was good at it. I did karate. I was good at it,
yeah,
but it didn't give me the energy to be positive
yeah,
because
yeah,
even though being good at it, you don't interact. It's you are busy doing the technique. It's not you are busy doing something, helping somebody or somebody helping you. Yes, your
yeah.
team helping you, but that's it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And for example, like Caribbean culture is different than American. I think we can probably say like European culture too. I don't know too much about the European culture. It's a little bit like I'm on my own thing, just myself. You know what I mean? It's like it's not too much that warm of like I don't know if you get a point that
Yes, I
interaction. You know what I mean? And like warm of like helping each other. Let's help each other. Let's grow together.
culture. Too bad, I'm not gonna lie. The new generations are losing that part
Yeah,
because of not only in social media, something that's helping us, but it's doing the wrong things itself.
yeah.
But my generation, Caribbean culture is you interact a lot. You interact
Same.
a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Well, you used to go outside and play and
yeah. But
yeah.
for example, like in Curacao, something happened to me in Holland. I was a few months homeless.
Okay.
That would never happen here on the island. If I'm hungry, no, I will not pass a day without eating on here on the island because a friend or family will always feed you.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
The difference between the parts I lived in, there's a
Yeah,
lot of how can I say it? It's not single. Yeah, you can say single mentality. It's like me and I have to grow. And here on
yeah,
the
yeah,
yes, I have to grow, but my fellow man cannot. I cannot grow if my fellow man is falling.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. That
It's I,
every
it's a
everyone is
Caribbean.
every.
I think it's a Caribbean South American thing, but here on the island, it's we. I can't. If cousin cannot call me say, "Hey, I cannot eat today," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah. You will get your salary in 2 days, so try to drink a lot of water." No, he calls me. I'm like, "Okay, you have money for gas to come get some money?" He's like, "No, I don't have that." Okay, I'm going to supermarket. I'll buy you some stuff and I bring it to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Actually, that mentality I found very different in Europe life and Europe capoeira, because that mentality I did find in capoeira in Europe, that everybody cares about each other.
Which is really interesting of that culture too, because people here is the same. Like they help you, and they if you need something, they will help you. They will help you out to learn something new, to like anything situation. Not all the of course not all the situation, but they will help you out if they can. South America was the same. People or capoeira has this unique thing that is the same in North America, is the same in South America, and now that you tell me this, looks like it's probably the same in Europe.
Yeah, capoeira has that. I'm not saying that all Europeans are thinking me, only me, that don't do capoeira. I'm not saying that, but it's a general feeling you get if you it's when you're just there. But
Yeah,
in capoeira, I can say, for example, I slept once in a hotel if I had to go to a capoeira event once.
yeah, yeah. Same here.
And that day, when I slept in a hotel, the organizer got angry. He's like, Congo, why didn't you tell me you don't have somewhere to sleep? Why do you have to go to the hotel? Blah, blah. I'm like, ew, I didn't want to offend nobody.
Yeah,
So when I was traveling capoeira in Europe, and I go in like, hey, is there a sleeping place? If they tell me you have to arrange it yourself, okay.
cool.
But
Yeah,
they tell me, no, yeah, we have students you can stay by. And I always say, I don't want to bother nobody. I can
that's
pay
true.
for
Yeah,
somewhere. Then they're like, no, Congo, you're coming. We arrange it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You will help you out. Capoeira, man.
Yeah, that's why like I said, I'm doing capoeira for 18 years. I slept into a hotel once, and this was in Poland. It's because we got in very late, and I didn't want to disturb nobody. And
Yeah.
still, they were the next day like, Congo, why you do that? So I'm like, okay, sorry. I went to the hotel, get my stuff, like, hey, no more hotels.
Yeah, same. I think I slept once in a hotel with my yeah, and it's because I was with my wife. But because at the beginning when I moved here, she didn't do capoeira, and then she started doing capoeira like couple years after. And so going to the next question now into the organization of the capoeira group. So like how do you do your business? How do you do the economical part of the group, or like at least administration of the group?
Okay, that's a very hard part to answer because, like I said, I don't live off of capoeira.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
a teach, but I have an association. The students do pay fees, the ones that can.
Yeah,
The ones that can't have to come to me and prove that they cannot pay,
of
because
course.
even it's some people pay, some people can't. Not everybody has the means of it.
Of course.
So they pay a fee every month to be able to train, and that money stays in the association so we can organize our batizado. Yes, we sometimes ask for sponsorship, but it's very difficult here because everybody here wants football,
Yeah.
soccer, baseball,
Baseball. Yeah.
basketball, that make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
capoeira, it's difficult to tell other people. It's like some people know it's a dance. No, it's a martial arts. We only sponsor dance. No, we only sponsor martial arts. And it's difficult. So how do we do this? We have an association called Visão do Jogo,
okay.
and that association is the one that keeps the financial part, the invoices, the bank statements, and with that, let's say we're at the in March or April, then we'll see how much money we have, and then we
Okay.
can stipulate the cost, how much the batizado will cost, because we must know how much we are missing
Yeah, of
for the
course.
batizado, and that we divide that every students pay. That when the batizado comes, we don't have to cancel because we want to be able to do it.
Yeah, of course.
So that's is how we do it here. Like I said, I've been doing capoeira for 18 years. Till this day, I didn't earn 1 cent with capoeira, but
Yeah.
I'm doing it because it's helped me, it saved me, and it's my passion.
And it can
Now,
save other people's too.
yes.
Yeah.
So this is how we are doing it. We use the association to gather the funds for the batizado because the students that train the whole year, they even though they say people don't train for courts, but people train for I say a dual goal, and the
Okay.
goal for my students is to have a nice batizado because
Yeah, of
they like
course.
training, but after batizado you see them all hyped, oh yeah, and they come to class and they train hard again, and then they're like, oh yeah, next batizado. I'm hoping this year to be able to travel maybe once or twice, and some of them want to go with me. So I'm planning the travels as we speak.
Oh, that's would be really cool and be like kind of like show your students the capoeira outside of the festival and outside of the island. Yeah,
Yes,
that would be open the more the eyes and come back to the island even more excited to do more capoeira. That would be really cool.
and that's a difficult about an island because in Europe, I to tell you the truth, maybe this is fact. In 2009, I was home only
Okay.
12 weekends. Every other weekend there was an event.
That's cool. That's
So
so
it's
cool.
easy. So people that are living in Europe and or America, I actually want to tell you, if you get a
Yeah.
chance to event, go. Don't be like, oh man, it's far. No, go. It's luxury.
Yeah, that's true.
Because here we have plane tickets, we have to pay bus, we have to pay Uber, we have to pay hotel, we have to pay. Okay, I didn't pay yet, but I know if I come like with with 5 students, people
Yeah.
cannot put it all in one place.
Yeah, of course.
It's difficult. If I travel twice a year, it's a lot.
Yeah. No, I bet. What kind of event do you have coming up soon? Do you have any event coming up like the next few 6 months?
No, we plan our events actually if a teacher or somebody's coming on vacation.
Okay.
We want to help the group, or like yeah, they want to or just train, then we don't do nothing special. But if it's like yeah, maybe if I can teach a workshop and help the group, I'm like okay, then I do an event.
Okay.
Maybe if we're thinking about the future, maybe we do a small workshop. But like I said, to get here or to get off the island costs a plane ticket.
Yeah, of course.
So it's difficult to plan more stuff around the year through. But like I said, if somebody wants to come down to the island and they're coming on vacation and they just want to have fun with the group, they can always hit me up. We can do something nice.
Yeah, that's cool. At least you have like some country close that they can help you out, or at least like travel. I'm pretty sure a lot of
Yeah,
people want to go to paradise.
yeah, we're learning. I'm trying to get more people, knowing more people. Right now, there's a teacher of Holland who moved to Aruba, is the island next to here. So I'm hoping that they get capoeira boost there, that I
Yeah,
can go there, and maybe if that way we can do with a workshop with them between the years. So like in April or like a few months before the Batizado, it would be nice to be able to do that.
that would be really cool. How far is Aruba from there? Like 45 minutes?
It's if you count immigration time and getting out of the airport, yes, 45 minutes. The plane is 15.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's so close, dude.
Stay more in the airport than you stay in the plane.
That's true. Oh, cool. That's so cool. That's pretty cool.
Only thing is the plane tickets are expensive as well. That's why it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, I bet. Before we finish, we getting pretty close to the end. What kind of advice would you give, at least to beginners or people that are just starting?
Advice is don't try to run, walk.
Yeah,
Take time. Don't look at the graduate and say, oh, I want to be able to do that. Oh, I can't do that. Because, for example, my students, one of them like, yeah, you do this. Dude, I've been training. When I started with here, I was like, I've been training for 14 years, now 18 years.
yeah,
It took me a while to get here.
of course.
And I tell the students it's nice to be able to do the advanced moves, but perfect your basics.
Yeah,
Because if you look at an advanced move, the start of that advanced move is a
come
basic
from the
movement.
base. Yeah,
Yes. And for the people outside, is common in our group that we travel a lot, no matter which level you are.
yeah,
If you can travel, travel. It's good to be able to look around, make friends, because your teacher is your teacher, but remember, your capoeira group is your family. Not even your capoeira group. Capoeira is a family.
Yeah, of course.
You have a mother and a father, but you have uncles, you have nephews, you have brothers and sisters. So
Yeah,
who is it? That's my advice because it's something that will help you grow more. But don't forget where your front door is of your house.
that's true. I like that one. I like that one. And that's for the we can say that advice works for everyone in capoeira. But
Yes.
let's go like narrow a little bit more towards the like those that are teaching. What is your advice on all this time from your experience as a now as a professor? Congratulations on the purple core, by the way. And
Okay, thank you.
the what would be your advice as a teacher for the to the teachers or instructors or whoever is planning to have a class pretty soon?
Okay. It's the same. Don't make your students want to run.
Yeah,
Make them love capoeira, but love the ways of stepping through capoeira. And as a teacher, an advice I give every teacher is because I'm now on the island, it's easy to see this more. When you're traveling, do not only go talk to teachers because
yeah,
remember when you were a students sometimes look up to you and they want to talk to you. Remember when you're a
yeah,
student, you're like, oh, for example, when you saw Mestre Azul when he was a brown, oh, Formando Azul, oh, I want to talk to him. Or like you see a professor, like, oh, that professor so cool. Sometimes I know some teachers won't like what I'm gonna say, but it's what I experienced, and that's the difference between some of my friends and some of the other teachers as well.
yeah,
When you're a teacher, do not forget you were beginner once. And remember how your urge was to learn from the teachers.
yeah, yeah,
So we're going to sit down in a teacher's group for a moment, try to walk around and communicate with the beginners. Go sometimes when they have like these breaks, you see a group of beginners sitting down, stand up, go sit next to them and say, hey, what's up? What are you liking about the event? What
yeah,
is this?
yeah. What's your nickname? Where you come from?
Yeah, because in my experience, I have some people I met through the years. Some of them now are even blue cords. They told me in my after before just before I left Holland, they say, "Hey, that talk we had when you were red blue kept me in capoeira because I was like, oh man, those graduados don't talk to us. Those
Yeah,
and that is something that they see, and it's actually I'm sad for that
yeah,
because
yeah,
a lot of us of my generation had that problem when we were beginners that some people didn't want to talk to us because we're lower court,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah. No, that happened to me too.
of course it goes again that people don't go that people from my generation don't talk to the lower court. I know there's ranks, but capoeira is social.
Yeah,
So yes, we will have our moments that we graduados, instructors, professors are talking. The beginners can't come sit there because we're talking about matters that are actually just for the graduados.
I
But
agree.
I do advise the graduados, instructors, professors, maybe even contramestres. Maybe no, let's keep it that height. Sometimes go talk to beginners.
Yeah,
Let them remember that they are actually the ones making the batizado. They are the ones that are going to, when we're older, when we're at that level that, let's say, one day the miracle happens, I become a mestre, those
yeah,
white cords will be blue cords. They will be
yeah,
brown, green cords. But if we don't let them feel welcome, there will be no cords.
yeah. Exactly. I agree. 100% agree. Because growing up in capoeira, I saw same thing. Like I wanted to talk to instructors or like those people that were above me and learn not just in class, like learn something out of capoeira or same thing that we're doing right now, like having a chat, like talking and interacting. I'm probably making a new friend. You know what I mean? And I think, like you said, I think that's really important. You said that open up to those beginners people that they want to learn too. And I really like what you just said. And what kind of information or how people can contact you, like email information or website or how
Okay, let's start easy.
easy.
To You can find me on Facebook as Congo Capoeira, one word Congo Capoeira. You
Okay,
can find our group in Curacao. You just type then Grupo Capoeira Brasil Curacao.
okay,
You can email me at visãodojogo at gmail.com.
lisandiogo@gmail.com. Okay.
Yes, you can check our website, capoeiracuracao.com.
Okay.
And if you want to go further, they can always contact you to ask for my number.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I'll have all the information here, and I'm opening up this podcast for people to contact everyone. If one day someone from, I don't know, Canada, if they are listening to this, or California, are going to Curacao or passing by, they can go there and visit you or contact you and be like, hey man, let's go do capoeira, or let's have a chat, or let's have a coffee or whatever. So
Yes,
that's
always welcome.
yeah, that's my goal with all these podcasts and talking to people, because I want to bring more capoeira together. I want to have a huge hub, and use technology and on outside on our advantage to do this kind of stuff.
Yes, no, I'm very happy you're doing this because you can give other teachers as well, not only the known ones, the great
Yeah,
ones,
yeah,
but
exactly.
also like me to give a chance to be heard and be known in the capoeira world. So
Yeah,
I'm actually grateful that you wanted to talk to me
of
and
course, man.
opening this for the non-popular ones as well the popular ones to be able to give their experience.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like as we said before, capoeira is for everyone. I don't think capoeira should be, of course, like you said, we have ranks, so we have levels. But at the end, we're people, and let's just talk and have a chat and learn from each other. And hopefully, someone that's listening to this can learn from you, and or hopefully one day you listening to someone and you can learn from them too.
Yes,
Yeah,
everybody can learn from everybody. You just have to
correct,
be open. A
correct.
graduate learn from a beginner.
That's true. I'm 100% agree. Well, man, thank you so much for expressing your experience and sharing all this knowledge. And hopefully we get to chat again and have another episode with you on the podcast.
Yes, I hope to be able to. Yeah, I'm gonna give a scoop to everybody.
Yes,
We known each other for a while, but we never saw each other personally.
that's
So
true.
I'm hoping in 2019 if I can go somewhere in the States that we can meet up and have a nice game. And who knows,
Yes.
the other people that are listening can also just come and have fun.
Yes. Because I know you since, don't say it. Wait, 2012, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, and dude, we just talking through internet. We never like saw each other just because of capoeira.
Yes, man. That's why capoeira is a family. It
Yeah,
it brings people together.
yeah, and I love this, and that's why I love this since day one, and I'm gonna love until day I no, I don't know, man. My teeth falls off.
No,
Yeah.
good,
All right,
good,
bro.
good.
Yes, thank you so much, man. Again, send you a lot of positive vibe and big hug from here from Kashishi.
Okay, man. Thank you. Obrigado. Dankjewel. Masha danki. That's once again. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. All right, I just want to share something with you really quick. If you are listening to this and you teach or assist to a capoeira class, or even if you have an event coming up, I want to help you. I want to help our capoeira community, because there's nothing more important to me than help our capoeira community. Because classes are more fun when there's more people to share this sachet, this energy so awesome that capoeira has. So I want to share your class or event in our podcast. So reach out to us with school name or any information on how people can find you, and send it to our email, podcastcapoeira@gmail.com. That's podcastcapoeira@gmail.com. And I will share that information here in our podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like this podcast. If you did, take a screenshot, send it to someone that knows about capoeira or of course wants to learn. Share it everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everywhere. And help us grow this community with a subscribe. Thank you so much. Peace.